everybody, here we go again. Another exciting night. We'll be milling tonight because it's been raining. We got rained out yesterday. Too much water on the road, and of course, you can't make asphalt if the little concrete sand that they use is soaking wet. So, no asphalt work yesterday. No asphalt work tonight. But we are going to be doing milling tonight. So I wanted to take this opportunity where I'm not able to do filming when I drive because it's just too dark out. To answer an important question you guys had, and so we'll roll footage. As you see, we're doing some more night milling and stuff like that, and so this is daytime. We're in my house. We're actually in my home studio here, and this is where I do my gaming, my editing, and all this stuff takes place right behind me here. So anyways, I want to get to the meat and potatoes of this video, which is answering y'all's question as, you know, to what's better. Now, better is a relative term. That's going to depend on you. All I can do is give you the numbers of a real world situation and let you guys figure it out. So let's just do that. Option A and option B. I wrote it out, and it is the exact information off of my personal pay stub. Okay, the tax is out and everything. It's actually right behind me. That's my personal pay stub right there, using ADP. So let's just get right to it. 62.5 hour pay stub I got a couple weeks ago. Just after that, 58 point something. Mostly we're around 58 to 65. So I went with the average of 62.5. All right. In the Savannah area, dump trucking pays anywhere from 14 to 20 an hour, depending on your experience, how long you've been with the company. But most dump trucks are going to start you off around 16 or 17 an hour. That's even as straight pay or even as an employee. And we'll get into that in just a moment. But 17 an hour doesn't seem like a lot of money, and it's not, but that's the market down here. So everywhere it's different. So the numbers I'm going to give you are examples only. Blue Max starts out, no secret, 17 an hour. Pretty soon I'll be up to 18 an hour. Then we go to 19 an hour. And then we go to your annual cost of living raises, percentages here and there. So you don't actually like cap out that I'm aware of. But I don't know. I'm just happy to get 17 right now, doing something I love in a brand new truck and getting overtime. So let's get to the numbers. Okay, 62.5 hours. At 17 hours. So that gives you, when you're option A, paid as an employee, such as I am, then that means 40 times 17 an hour, and then that means 22 times 25.50 an hour, because that's your legal time and a half. They legally have to pay you time and a half over 40 hours if you're an employee. That's the law. There's no way around that. So when you take those two numbers, you got 40 times 17 is 680. And then you got your 22.5 times your 25.5 in overtime, and that comes out to 500 and what is that, 73? I'm reading it backwards. $573 in overtime for a difference of $1,253, or a total of $1,253. So 62.5 hours, and your gross pay before taxes, $1,253. Okay. Now, if you are straight pay, or if you're a percentage pay, or if you are by the load pay, and at the end of the day, you come out to 17 an hour. Let's just say you get 30% of your truck, whatever your truck makes, option B. You make 30% of your truck. Your truck's doing 60 bucks an hour running loads of asphalt or whatever. And you get 30% of that, so you're gonna come out with 20 bucks. So that's $20 an hour. I don't know what everybody gets. So I know one company pays the same as what I get, 17 an hour. So I'm using that company as experience. You got to adjust accordingly. If you're straight pay, you get an option for straight. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll talk about that. But using a $17 an hour straight pay guy who's paid as an independent, and he works 62.5 hours, he brings in 1,062. Okay, so I'm bringing in 1,253. He's bringing in 1,062 because my 1,253 is based on overtime. I'm getting $8.50 more an hour over 40 where the guy who's getting straight pay isn't getting the $8.50 an hour. He's just staying 17 an hour all the way up to his legal DOT allowed drive in a week, which is, I believe, 70 hours. So that's a difference, you know, of about $200 that I get before. Now, when you're straight pay, you just keep that money. That's your money. That's your 1,062.5. If you're driving to work, you can claim that. If you're buying shirts for work, you can claim that. Everything that you do for work, you can claim that. You buy a cooler, you can claim that. But eventually the IRS is going to come knocking on your door and say, where is our cut from this 1,062 you made? So you're going to end up paying taxes on this 1,062. State taxes, federal taxes. You're going to have to pay your Social Security, your Medicaid, or Medicare taxes. All that's going to have to come out of this 1,062. So as an independent, you're going to scramble, you're going to find receipts. And then when you do your taxes, you're going to take all those 1,062s, so say $52,000 a year, and you're going to try to claim at least $20,000 in expenses. So you're only taxed on 30 grand, and hopefully, you know, you'll come out okay with dependents and stuff like that. I don't know. That's between you and your tax advisor. But when you're paid option A, the taxes and everything come out. So what does that come out to? Like, what's the difference in taxes coming out and taxes not coming out if the pay's the same? Well, if you're an employee, the difference is you get time and a half. You get $8.50 more an hour than this guy. That everything just went to sleep mode. That means your pay starts to go up, you know, hand over fist over 40 hours. Then the taxes come out. For me, I paid $286 in taxes. That was FICA, Social Security, Medicaid, and what does that say? And my state taxes. 286 came out at a $1,253. So that left me a balance of $967 take home for that week. All right. They got 1,062. So that's a difference of $90 right here. More for this guy than me. So he keeps $90. But his taxes aren't paid. His Medicaid, his Social Security, his state taxes, and his federal taxes are not paid. Mine are. And they might be paid a little bit too much where I get some back. I don't know. Under the new tax law, with the new tax bills that Trump and Congress passed in 2017, I think it was. The end of 2017, the start of 2018, I think. All of our taxes went down tremendously right here for everybody. So, you know, that's subject to change. That's something you got to look into now. Supposedly, we might have a new administration in the White House with a new tax policy. It's going to depend. And that might change. That might become 400, or that might become 200. So we got to see what happens. But for right now, the difference between my pay and the guy who gets straight pay, whether it's a percentage, by the load, or hourly straight pay, with me having all my taxes out and that person not, with me getting time and a half over 40 and that person not, because you don't when you're percentage, straight pay, or by the load, the difference is $90 that I don't ever have to do anything but file my taxes on a small piece of paper. Income, dependents, earned, paid, the difference is, and I'm done. So that's something that you got to think about. The option A, right, is all taxes are paid as an employee. You have workman's comp insurance, which, believe me, in this industry, you're going to need it. You're going to want it. Getting in and out of them trucks, it's wet. Something can happen. And maybe you have an option to buy into health insurance, life insurance, stuff like that. I do. I pay $160 a month. Basically, it comes out weekly. I pay $160 a month for $100,000 life insurance and medical for me. Now, I pay separately for dental and vision outside of my company. I just do that on my own with me and my kids. Option B, what if you make more hourly than 17? So what if you're doing 20? Then this number is going to adjust, and the difference is going to be greater. So from 90, you're going to go up $3 more an hour at 60, at 62 hours. So that's $180. So that's 180 plus a difference of 90. You're talking $270 that you're going to keep in your pocket if you're getting 20 an hour on average. But what if I get 20 an hour on average? Because in 2 years I will, working with this company. 17, then I go to 18, then I go to 19, and 18 time and a half is now 27 bucks an hour, and then 19 time and a half is now $9.50 added to 19, so $28.50 an hour. Making damn near $30 an hour over 40 hours in 2 years being with option A. So this option B might sound better from the start. So you get 30% of your load or 30% of your truck, and your truck's doing 60 or 65 an hour for the company, and you're making 20, 22 bucks an hour, and you take it all home. You better be preparing yourself, though. You better be putting about 20% of that aside for taxes, and then if you can come up with receipts and stuff like that, maybe do your taxes quarterly and pay in early, and at the end of the year, maybe get a refund. That's between you and your tax preparer. Option B can catch you, but if you're very vigilant about it, you're very good about your receipts, and you're very good at claiming things in order to work, you can make option B work. But if you're like me, you don't want drama, you don't want any phone calls, you want everything to be easy, you want everything taken care of, you're tired, you're old, you got too much on your plate, option A is a really good choice. The difference between the two is going to be the separation in pay scale. So if you're 17 or 16 or 15 an hour working for a company, 15 an hour working for a company, that's going to be hard to beat 17 an hour straight pay. See, the difference between 90 is going to be tremendous. But if you're getting close in these two numbers here, and this option A has the ability to close the gap over percentage, load, or straight pay, then option A might be the way to go. It might be a little bit tight from the start because you're making 17 an hour per se. But like I said, next year, 18 an hour. I'm on night shift. I'm making 18 an hour when I'm on night shift. I get an extra $1 an hour. That means my overtime is 27 bucks. So if you take this 62.5, if this was 18 an hour, then this would be 22.5 times 27, an extra $1.50 an hour. And this 40 times 17 would be 40 times 18. So that's 40 bucks right there. And then 22.5 plus $1.50. So that's 40, 60, 70. That almost closed the gap right here between somebody getting straight pay, option B, and no taxes out, and me getting hourly with overtime, night shift, and it closed the gap of the $90 to about zero. All my taxes are paid. I have workman's comp. I also have paid vacation and sick days. Those are things to think about as a company man. So, very long way of giving you this information, but it's all right there. You have to figure it out. You got to look at what the market is in your area. If dump truck companies or trucking companies, whatever your industry is paying you close to what the industry is paying independents, and you could say, well, based on what Dan said, I guess the question is how much overtime do I get, because that time and a half really fills in the gap for the taxes taken out. Whereas you don't get time and a half as an independent guy. They're just going to pay you straight pay, 17 bucks an hour, up to 70 hours in a week. Not the case as an employee. Legally, they can't do that. You're going to end up getting 30 hours of overtime. So that'd be 30 times 25.5 plus your 40 times 17 an hour. So if the two pay scales are about the same, then option A is looking really good. If option A's pay scale is really low to start with that company, and there's a company right here that's willing to pay you 18, 19, 20 bucks an hour, whether that's the average because of percentage or by the load, or that's just hourly that they pay their independent driver 18, 19, 20 bucks an hour, and this guy down here is going to take taxes out at 14 an hour, then this might be the way to go. Because then you can claim receipts and finagle the bagel and do everything you can to save on taxes. But you don't have insurance. Most independents don't have a way of getting insurance. They're going to have to do it through themselves, through the markets, pay a whole lot of money. And yeah, so, all right, option A versus option B. I hope that helped you guys out. Know the market in your area. check the difference in the price. If they're about the same, option A, taxes out, in my opinion, is the way to go. If A is way low and option B is up much higher, $3-4 an hour higher, option B might be the way to go. But how soon can you get option A to a level playing field in raises? All right, guys. Hope that helped you out. And let's get back to that good-looking guy, Dan, sitting in his truck.
Well, all right, there you have it. We just doing some milling, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity to slide in that video there and kind of explain to you the numbers, answer some of y'all's questions. It's dark as hell out here. Here you go. It's dark as hell out here. It's 10 minutes after 10. We did one load. We got 3 more loads to go. We'll get back to the yard. Get back to the house around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Not bad. Making that money. So I'll see you guys on the next one. I really appreciate you guys very much. Make sure you check out my other channels, Dan's Vlog and Dan's Vlog Gaming. And thank you. And I'll see you guys on the